Hi, guys. This is Leticia Call with the Call Movement. And today we're talking about something that has been ignored all the time. And I want to bring this sexy back. It's called mobility, not stretching routines you don't have time for, not complicated programs, but the kind of movement that's going to determine how strong you feel, how you're aging, and whether your body keeps up with your life. Because here is the truth: strength without mobility breaks down, cardio without mobility compensates. And life without mobility, oh my gosh, what is life without mobility? It's just gonna get smaller. If you have been following me, I had a podcast with Dr. Tim McCurry, and he simplified everything. He said longevity comes from three things: mobility, strength, and cardio. If you're like me, and especially on women over 35, I'm pretty sure we got cardio and strength covered. But what happened with mobility? I tend to skip mobility. I used to, no more. Mobility is something for us to pay attention. What is mobility? How is it different from flexibility? Flexibility is passive and mobility is usable. As Dr. Tim mentioned on his podcast, flexibility is touching your toes and mobility is controlling your body through movement. Those movements can be from sitting down as squatting, reaching out at the top of the shelf on a grocery store, rotating your spine, stabilizing your core. And if you don't use it, you lose it. I had questions. What are the real signs? And what does that look like? So think about if if your hips feel tight getting out of a car, if your back feels stiff after sitting, if you're avoiding floors, if you feel off when you move, that's the time for you to readjust and consider mobility work. It's not that you need more workout. You need to really focus on your mobility. Why mobility matters, why I want to bring this to our attention as we get older. Because mobility is going to give the strength for you to work. It's going to make cardio way safer, and it's going to make your body to stay out of pain and pain-free. Without mobility, our body compensates. I've experienced that, and that's why I went from flexibility to mobility. When injuries happen, it's just not a one thing. It's a combination of a lot of small things that it happens over time. So then we move forward to, how do I know if I have mobility? I have a couple of tests for you to try. The first test is one leg balance. Stand in one leg, close your eyes for 45 seconds. What happens? Can you tell me? Do you wobble right away? Do you have to put your foot down? Does one side feel completely different? This is stability, it's control, and it's awareness. And if you feel this is hard, it's time for you to work on your mobility. Your body is not as connected as you may think. I was there. I thought, I was like, I got my mobility dialed in, and in reality, I didn't. Another test that you can do super easy and super fast. Get up without your hands. Sit on the floor and get up. Don't use your hands, don't use your knees. Easy? Not so much. Tell me what you think. This is a full body mobility, strength, and coordination. If this feels easier for you, good. You have a good mobility. If it doesn't, it's time for you to think how you want to age in life, because mobility is your ticket. I always say muscles are your ticket for longevity, but it's muscle and mobility. It's a combination of both. Another test, I don't consider that a test, but I would say that's a daily routine. And I heard that from a friend, Shauna. She is a personal trainer, and she tied her shoes every day without sitting. That's how she practiced her mobility. Just put your shoes on without sitting. Can you balance? Do you reach your foot easily? Do you feel that you have to rush because you feel unstable? Those are little signs of how mobile we are. What is your mobility? That's real life mobility. Now we need to shift the mentality. If you were like me thinking that mobility is one more workout, we got to shift that mentality. Mobility is not a workout. It's how we're going to live. Getting out of the floors, playing with our kids, moving moving without thinking. That's when we start to feel harder because that's your signal. You're getting out of the floor is so conscious. We can make this very easy. You don't have to put any extra time, just better habits. Think about when you're brushing your teeth. Just use one leg. That's a balance. Don't sit down when you put your shoes. Sit on the floor more often. That requires a good amount of coordination, strength, and mobility. Reach, twist, move with intention. Take the stairs slowly with control. Those are not workout. That's your daily basis. That's standard. And here is my longevity truth. If you want to stay independent, if you want to stay strong, and you want to stay active later in life, mobility is no longer optional. It's the foundation. You don't lose strength first. You lose range, then control, then strength. And it feels like aging, but it's not. It's disuse. You don't need more intensity. You don't need more programs. You need to move better. Better habits, because the goal here is not your body today. The goal here is how you want to live when you are in your 70s, on your 80s. That's the life that you want to live. Your strength is going to build your future. Ability is going to protect. Don't wait until movements become difficult to realize you stop moving well. This is your call. If you enjoy this podcast, please share with someone. Let's work on our mobility. Don't make an excuse. Thank you for your time. And if you're doing any of those tests, please tag me on your Instagram. I am Leticia Call. And if this episode resonates to you or a friend who can benefit, please forward that. Thanks for your time. And I'll see you next time. Let's move. Keep going.